Let's take a live look out at Sundance Square in Fort Worth now, where World Cup fans are watching the France and Sweden match right now. France entering undefeated and red hot with 10 goals under its belt. Sweden is missing one of its top defenders, but they're one of the tournament's best third-placed finishers and shouldn't be overlooked here. Their match comes after a tough face-off right here in North Texas. The Ivory Coast went head-to-head against Norway, and the teams were tied until the match's final moments when Norway finally scored there. They won 2-1, and now Norway's next opponent will be Brazil in the round of 16. Thousands of fans packed the stadium ahead of the match, decked out in red, blue, and orange. Many of them opting for a watch party, though, instead, including two big World Cup fans, Cynthia Isigiri and Joe Trahan, who are joining us live from Texas Live in Arlington right now. Y'all have the fun job today, we'll say.
You got that, Wheeler. World Cup Day is always a blast here in North Texas, and Norway survived a determined Ivory Coast, headed to the round of 16 for the first time since 1998, the last time they were in the World Cup. Joe, what was it like inside Dallas Stadium?
Listen, it was on fire, right? Because these fans know it's do or die. It's survive and advance. It's win or go home, and they bring the energy, especially these Norwegian fans, because that whole Norwegian Viking row thing, it's gone viral. They know it, and they're having an absolute blast with all of it. And I've seen more Viking hats than I ever have at a Minnesota Vikings game. I can tell you that for sure. As for the game on this day, really well done by the Ivory Coast, because they had never been in a knockout stage game ever before, Izzy, and they acquitted themselves incredibly well. The stage was not too big. It was entertaining. Yes, Norway scored the first goal. It was a fantastic strike. But Ivory Coast just kept coming back, and you had the feeling that they were going to score. They did score in the 75th minute. But when this game was in the balance, that big Norwegian dude, Erling Haaland, came up with the goal of the game to make it 2-1. So Norway gets the victory. They're on to the round of 16 for the first time in 28 years.
And the next big matchup tonight will be Mexico versus Ecuador. Mexico fans are here at Texas Live, and they're ready for a victory, as are Ecuadorian fans, who are riding the high of Ecuador's win over Germany in one of the biggest upsets of this tournament. Mexico has looked nearly unbeatable, Joe, and has the home crowd advantage tonight at Estadio Azteca. However, this Mexican team has had the advantage of playing comfortably at a high altitude. Remember, the Ecuadorian team is also very comfortable playing at a high altitude.
That Ecuadorian team not comfortable at their hotel last night, though, because Mexican fans made a point to try and keep them up all last night. We'll have more on that story coming up at 6:30. But right now, let's throw it to Scoop Jefferson, because World Cup fever is all across North Texas, and Scoop is in Fort Worth with more. Hey, Scoop.
Hey, you know, one of the destinations for FIFA fans is the Stockyards, wanting to get that Western experience. Now that the game is over, we're seeing fans from both teams here at the Stockyards. Some of them are being dropped off here on the corner of 24th and Main Street. Their tour buses are pulling up here, and then that's when they're walking into the Stockyards. All this comes as Fort Worth police give a bigger presence here, and not just temporarily because of all the fans that are coming here, but this will be their presence permanently in the future.
Our family's from Japan.
Mike Fleming and his family's vacation in North Texas is all about timing.
You saw those pink boats. They're the first ones you tried to put on, right?
Yeah.
They took this family photo during their visit to Buc-ee's.
Thought it was cool.
Before heading to the Stockyards to get more Texan.
It's perfect timing with the World Cup.
Their Texas visit also includes watching their favorite World Cup team.
Mochi was definitely going for Japan.
I see how Argentina's actually doing really good.
Their stop in the Stockyards come just as Fort Worth Police rolled out its new Stockyards Patrol Unit.
This has been a long time coming.
Where we met Officer Steven Rodriguez.
You'll see us out here every day walking around or on vehicle patrols.
Larger crowds in the Stockyards, especially during the World Cup, means a bigger police presence and a permanent presence for the future.
We want to make sure as a department that we continue to help with the attraction to make people feel safe when they come down here and have a good time out here.
The Stockyards has seen its share of crime, like last December when a man told police 6 men attacked him. Officers eventually released surveillance photos of the suspects. Officer Rodriguez and his unit believe the around-the-clock presence will make a difference, and so does Mike Fleming.
And support our police department, so really thankful for them for that.
Police say since the Stockyards see thousands more visitors during game day in Arlington, they too welcome soccer fans.
Scottish, the English, they like to drink, so there's a couple bars out here where they can do that, just do it responsibly.
In Fort Worth, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
All right, so that match is now over, but there's a lot of fans who may be heading out to watch that Ecuador-Mexico match tonight. So let's get over to Stacia Wilson for a look at what's happening out there on the roads for anyone who's out and about for pleasure or, you know, just to try to get home from work, which I guess is pleasurable too, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you know what? It can be. Hopefully, if that's the case, you have a pleasant drive home. But we're starting in the Arlington area where, honestly, it's looking slightly busier still than we typically see around this time on this particular section of I-30, just north of Dallas Stadium. But that backup that we saw right after the match let out, most of that has eased out. Here's a look at the rest of the Metroplex. We do have a pretty substantial accident that is slowing things down right there across the bridge, I-30 eastbound at Lake Ray Hubbard Bridge. You have a couple lanes blocked, and of course, it backs up all the way to where Bass Pro is. So basically right before you get on the bridge. That is affecting folks who are heading out, heading home. If you're waiting on someone who goes that way, it's probably going to take them a little bit longer. Also, this exit is still closed along 35 East southbound at Inwood as a result of a collision that happened a couple of hours ago. Jason?